Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to this deep dive. We're looking today at an unfolding situation near San Diego, a small plane crash.
That's right. And we're using a recent CBS News report as our source here. So our goal is really to pull out the key information, help you understand what's actually happening on the ground or, well, on the water.
Exactly. So the basics from the report. This happened Sunday, June 8th, around 12:30 in the afternoon, just off the San Diego coast.
And the plane involved, it's a twin-engine Cessna 414. Significantly, 6 people are on board.
6 people.
Yeah, and all 6 are currently missing. The flight, it was apparently returning to Phoenix. They'd flown in from Arizona the day before.
The report also threw in a detail about ownership. Optimal Health Systems. A vitamin company owns the plane.
Interesting detail. And location-wise, the crash site is pinned about 5 miles off Point Loma, that big peninsula there in San Diego.
Right, 5 miles out. That immediately tells you something about the search challenge.
Yeah.
And the water depth there, the report says about 200 feet.
Yeah, 200 feet. That's pretty deep. Not shallow at all. Makes recovery efforts much, much more complex.
Definitely. So who's involved in the search? The report mentions the Coast Guard, obviously.
Heavily involved. They've got helicopters up, multiple ships on the water. Standard procedure, but, a full response.
And they're not alone. San Diego Harbor Police are helping out too, using sonar.
Right. Sonar to try and map the seabed, locate the wreckage. That's crucial in that depth.
Mm-hmm.
And the San Diego Fire Department lifeguards were also involved early on. They actually found the first signs.
Oh, really? What did they find?
An oil sheen, on the surface and some debris. They collected that and gave it to the Coast Guard.
Okay. Wow. But the part that really stood out in the CBS piece, for me anyway, was the eyewitness.
Yeah?
A surfer.
Oh, absolutely. That account is, well, it's vivid. He described seeing the plane come down, then climb back up into the clouds for a moment.
Just briefly, though.
Yeah, briefly. Then it came out of the clouds, and he said it dove straight into the water, nose first, at a high speed.
Nose first, high speed. That's quite specific.
Very. And he added that just 6 seconds after it hit the water, everything went dead silent.
Dead silent. Gives you chills. That kind of detail, I imagine, is vital for investigators trying to figure out the why.
If they can corroborate it, yes. Incredibly valuable. It paints a very specific and somber picture.
And the timing. The report mentions this comes just weeks after another fatal Cessna crash in San Diego. Also, 6 fatalities.
Yeah, that earlier crash was in a residential neighborhood. So this context, it just adds another layer of, well, gravity to this current search.
Well, pulling it all together from this CBS report, we've got the Cessna 414, 6 missing people, the location 5 miles off Point Loma in 200 feet of water.
Multiple agencies searching using sonar, finding initial debris, and that really striking eyewitness account of a high-speed nose-first impact.
Right, and knowing these specifics, the depth, that witness description helps you appreciate the immense challenge the search teams are facing right now. It's more than just a headline, isn't it?
It really is. Which leads to maybe a final thought, something to consider based purely on what's in this report.
Yeah.
Given that description, high-speed nose first combined with the 200-foot depth. Just think about what that means for the state of the wreckage and the actual difficulty of locating and recovering anything or anyone from that site. It really highlights the technical hurdles involved.